I'd like to introduce you to History Spoken, the world's first global database of oral history, where we take a look at history through the eyes of those that were there to witness it. Now, hopefully all of you have had a chance to have this kind of interaction with an elder. It might be with a World War II veteran, hearing what it was like in the trenches, or it might be with your grandmother, hearing that favorite family story. The commonality is that all of these things, it's a very personal and powerful way to learn about history. And it's something that's been going on for a long period of time. Really, as long as we've had spoken language, people have been passing down these stories. But now as we move into the digital age, more and more this is available online. The problem is, lots of it is residing in separate collections, making it very difficult to find and to use. So what we'd like to do, and the opportunity we see, is bring it all together into one common platform. As you see from the mock-up, this is going to be a map-based platform, making it very easy to use. You'll also be able to narrow down the material based on the date range, the subject matter, or a keyword search so that you're sure to find the thing that you're looking for. This all resides on the back of a very strong and passionate oral history community. These are the large oral history programs at the universities, groups like StoryCorps, and other specialized collections around the Holocaust or veterans issues, Native Americans, etc. There are a lot of these communities, and we've spoken with a lot of them, and they all recognize that this is a common problem. They have fantastic material, but not enough people finding it. So what we're going to do is work with them to do batch uploads of all of the content, thousands of pieces of content at a time, onto our platform. And then for the individual user, say you take an oral history of a family member with your iPhone, you'll give us a few pieces of information about the video, the URL, the date, pin it onto the map. Once it's approved by the community, it'll be available on the platform ready to use. Now, we'll have a lot of different users for this platform, but first and foremost are students and teachers. For a teacher, say you're teaching about apartheid in South Africa, what's more powerful than hearing from someone who lived through that time period? It really brings it to that personal level and helps people learn. And for students, going out to speak with a neighbor or speak with a family member and create this kind of oral history media is just a really powerful way to learn and to share. And a lot of the students are already doing this to date, but once they finish the projects, they have really nowhere to share them. So we solve that problem. For families, a great resource is you're trying to preserve the stories of your family. For older adults, potentially connecting with people who've shared an experience similar to you. Now, we're a multiple bottom line company, and while it always will be free to pin and to view the content on the platform, we certainly want to be sustainable as well as profitable in this initiative. And that's why we built out multiple revenue streams. As you see, we'll start with inside advertising and YouTube ad revenue, as well as videographer referrals for people that want to have their oral histories created by professionals. And then we'll move, as we generate more content and traffic, we'll move to sponsored content and partnership deals. Now, we've already spoken with the AARP Foundation, and we think companies like History.com, Ancestry, and some of the educational publishers will make great partners for this platform. We've been evaluating this opportunity for about the past year, and we're ready to roll out in January of 2014 with our pilot phase. We'll be piloting with about 20 of these large educational institutions, doing those batch uploads with a goal of about 20,000 pieces of content on the platform by the end of May, as well as working out some of the kinks of the system. Then after that will be a broader rollout. We'll be working with more schools, universities, trying to get that content that's being created out there by the students onto the platform, as well as expanding globally. There's a real strong tradition of oral history in Europe, and so that's going to be the next step for us. We've got a great team working on the project. First and foremost, Luke, who happens to be my brother. He's head of a university library in Virginia, so he's helping connect us to the academic community. Raj, who's a PhD in cognitive science with a specialty on computer-human interaction and learning. He also happens to be my business partner in another multiple bottom line initiative that we launched about a year and a half ago called Cause the Philanthropub. It's a bar and restaurant in DC where all the profits go to charity. In the first year of operation, we've done about $500,000 in sales and been featured in the New York Times, the Colbert Report, NPR, and many more. So we're bringing those connections to History Spoken as well. And finally, that's me, even though I now have a lot less hair. I'm a serial entrepreneur, but by way of the nonprofit world, started as a Peace Corps volunteer, and that background is really what gave me this connection to these sustainable solutions using business principles to create social impact. In conclusion, we really feel like the time is now for this project. There's more and more content coming online daily. Technology is in almost every classroom, and smartphones are in the pockets of a lot of our target users, allowing them to create this kind of content anytime they choose. And on the flip side, the longer that we delay, the longer that we don't create something like this, the more of these stories that are disappearing. Thank you.